When you think you're in the wrong place, when you think you're on the wrong mission, you're being ineffective. 101. When you dismiss where you currently stand, you see, Joseph could have said both in the house of Potiphar and in the jail. He could have said, I'm in the wrong place. This is not my dream. This is not what God said. I'm in the wrong place. This is the wrong mission. God, I don't know what you're doing, but this is not the right place. I don't think we actually have him saying that at all. You see, Joseph applied himself in the wrong place, in his wrong place. Joseph was in the right place at the right time, and he done the right thing. But typically to us in our lives, it looks like the wrong place, looks like the wrong position, the wrong place, the wrong people, the wrong timing. It kind of looks a bit off. And you're not wrong. It does look a bit off. You know, when we consider the things that God has spoken over our lives, when you think about the promises and the things, it does kind of look a bit off. But you see, your life is not chance. And if you do what Joseph done, you might just find yourself back round at the beginning, at the very end. Joseph knew he was called to steward, called to manage. He was going to be the one in charge of his father's household. He knew that he was called to be at the top and to look after, to manage. So wherever Joseph was, that is what he done. That is what he done. In the house of someone else, he managed it well. In the jail, in the wrong place for the wrong crime, he still came up to the call. He still rose to the call of his calling. Even though it looked like it was in the wrong place at the wrong time, in the wrong position, like it all looked wrong, but Joseph done it right. He done it right. So I don't know what your calling is. I'm just going to tell you quickly these verses, okay? I'm going to read from Psalm 104, verse 8. Actually, this is going to have to be a video. It's not going to be short anymore. Psalm 104, verse 8. The mountains rose, the valleys sank down to the place that you appointed for them. The mountains rose, the valleys sank down to the place that you appointed for them. We have two contrasting things here. We have a mountain that rises and a valley that sinks, but yet God appointed them their places. Thank God the valley didn't give off that it wasn't very far. What if the mountain said it wasn't very far? He got to hang out down low and he was stuck up here in this place. The point is, they're different and they're meant to be different. They have different purposes. Different purposes. God has a purpose for you, and it doesn't have to look like anybody else's. In fact, if you are looking at your life and you feel like your life does look like everybody else's, maybe you need to consider why. Because your life should look so different. And I'm not just talking about the physical aspects of your life. Many of us have jobs, many of us have families, many of us have caring duties, cleaning duties. Many of us have these things. But does your heart posture look the same? Does your attitude look the same? You know, when I go to work every day, I am met with a lot of people in different boats than I am in. And I am essentially the skivvy of the place. I am the one who is at the very bottom. You can be rest assured that when it floods in that place from I don't know what kind of water, I'm going to be cleaning it. You know those real low jobs, that's what I'm going to be doing in there. And it's easy for me to question and say, God, what on earth? What on earth? This isn't what like my dream looked like. But here's the thing. I could have that attitude and be resentful and be annoyed and be cross. Or I can be the person that God created me to be when I'm in the place that doesn't look like the place that I'm supposed to be. Do you hear me? Like there's people, there are people all over this world, and it doesn't matter whether they're a mountain high up, whether they're beneath, or it doesn't matter. It's the heart, it's the attitude, it's the spirit that's within them. Does this call out to you like it's calling to me? What's your heart posture? What's your attitude posture? What is your stance when you're working in Potiphar's house? Are you going to do it well? Are you going to do what God called you to do and do it well? Or do you just want to get angry and get cross and get annoyed at God? I mean, Joseph, wow, this guy had every right to be annoyed and angry and confused and hurt. This guy really had good reason to be confused and say, God, why does this look so wrong when it was meant to be so right? But it was actually through Joseph's attitude and through Joseph's heart. It was through the things that he'd done and how he applied himself. That is what changed the wrong place into the right one. That is what changed the wrong position into the God-given authority that he was destined for. Had Joseph not carried himself the way that God was teaching him to, he would not have gotten to that place that day in Pharaoh's palace. Because everything that Joseph done kept God in the right place as number one, as the one in charge. You know, even when I think about him going to the jail, injustice sucks. And I don't even really know it to that extreme. Injustice sucks. And yet here we still see a faithful man stewarding the kind of heart that God had put on the inside of him, speaking out the wisdom, declaring the blessings, or giving out whatever warning. We see a faithful man. He is not deterred. He has not been deterred by the darkness of a dungeon. Do you get me? In fact, he was on the polar end opposite of where he was supposed to be. Imagine saying to God, hey God, going to be up here in the palace of Egypt, but I'm on the wrong side of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is insane. Joseph was so faithful to the calling and the gifts that were placed over his life by God, that even in the darkest place, wrongfully accused, he is still speaking God's truth and God's wisdom to those around him. He is not deterred. He is not deterred by his situation, by his circumstances. Even in the wrong place, in the wrong position, he has not left his calling. He knows what God has put on the inside of him. And if that means that he's speaking those words in a jail cell to people who will probably never see the light of day again, then that is what he is doing. This is powerful. We need to be true to our callings. We need to be true. This is just God's Spirit. We need to be true to what God has placed on the inside of us. Whether it looks like we're in somebody else's house doing it for them, Whether it looks like we're in the darkest dungeon, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm so sorry if you're seeing the wrong place in the wrong position, but it might just be your catapult into the right one. You know, these days supermarkets are very strategic in their placement of aisles, right? And I know some supermarkets that will literally have you walk every single aisle so that you can get the basic necessities, because of the strategy behind placing them. They make you walk from one end of the store to the complete opposite of the store to get your bread. And my point what I'm trying to make is, sometimes to reach that place, actually, wow, okay, yeah, okay. You know how you walk in the front door of the supermarket, you walk through the entrance. The entrance and the exit are basically there. They're basically there. But the thing is, it's not about you getting to the exit. It's about you getting to the exit with all the stuff in your trolley, with all the items in your cart that you need. It's not about you just waking up, arriving and exiting. You see, Joseph arrived with the dream, but the problem was he couldn't just do, a quick turnaround and exit. That's not the point. The point is, you need the goods in the cart before you can come out the exit. Joseph had a long way to go. And even his brothers had a long way to go. There was a lot of carts in that shop getting a lot of things. There was a lot of hearts that needed to be fixed. I mean, God was doing stuff in that family. And so often, we wake up and, we wake up from our beautiful God dreams and we think, yep, okay, I'm standing at the door. Let's just twist around and go out the exit. God's like, here's a shopping list of qualities. Here's a shopping list of experiences. Here is a shopping list of what I need you to have by the time you are actually walking through the door that exits into your rightful place. There are things you need to get, things you need to bring. And do you see, to come out of the exit without your cart having the necessary ingredients, that's a fail. There's no dinner tonight. So you see, it's not just about getting to the place, it's about getting to the place but having the right stuff. It's about really packing a punch on what you've got with you. If you're getting this, if you're still here, guys, leave me a shopping cart trolley in the emojis. We've got to come with the stuff. We're also going to read, it was in Genesis. Let me just check out my notes here because everything is locked. Genesis chapter 9 and verse 7. Got a little bookmark. And you, be fruitful and multiply, increase greatly on the earth and multiply in it. When I read this verse, I was, why does it not say multiply on it? Let me read it to you again. And you be fruitful and multiply, increase greatly on the earth and multiply in it. Increase greatly on and multiply in. You see, your surface has got to multiply, has got to increase. Your resume, your CV has got to increase greatly. And you've got to multiply in it. It's not just one thing here. It's about spreading out and thickening at the same time. Like a bush, it gets wider but gets taller. This is not about just getting back out of the exit door. This is about you increasing in your items and multiplying in them. I mean, look at Joseph. The things that this guy, I would wager to say that he learned was substantial. I mean, this guy went from being the favourite son, who was not at work, may I just add, he was not at work, to being technically the one in command of Potiphar's house, because all Potiphar had to do was think about what he's going to have to eat next. It's kind of like me and my biscuits. But do you hear what I'm saying? He greatly increased. And then here's the thing, when he finally gets into that place, that palace, he multiplies in it. The very things that he learned in Potiphar's house, now we're going to see those on a mass scale. Mass scale. Guys, like, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still here, thank you so much. That's a blessing to me. This was supposed to be a quick short. We're now on like 17 minutes, but God is good. God had more to say, actually. I was trying to keep it short, but God clearly had more. He had bigger plans than what I had. You know, it's so easy for us to look around our situations and our circumstances and see it as just the wrong. Just the wrong. But can I just challenge you to have a Joseph spirit, to have the spirit of the right attitude, the right heart, Joseph heart. Just his attitude, his spirit, his heart towards it. He got on with it, and he adhered to his calling in that place where he found himself. He was the same, you know, the same guy, the same. He carried it from one into the next. He increased and multiplied, but it was there. Can I just challenge you? If you're stuck in a rut, let's bring joy in. Let's bring peace in. Let's bring in the beautiful gifts of the Spirit into your workplace, into where it is that you occupy. Let's bring more of God in. And what has God called you to do? And how are you using those gifts in those places? I know it may not be where you feel God has called you to, but how are you using those gifts? I have seen such a beautiful increase of the gifts of the prophetic gift in my life. I have seen a beautiful increase of this. And I have always been concerned with God finding me faithful, because if you are faithful with a little, He will trust you with more. So can I just encourage you, take the opportunity to expand your gift, to use your gift. No matter how small it may seem, use your gift. Just like Joseph did in the house, and just like he done in the jail. You know what? That guy just found a window and just came right through with a bulldozer. Do the same with your gift. Use it in whatever capacity you can use it in. Let God increase you, multiply you. You've got to start it, you've got to plant it, you've got to water it. God brings the increase. Isn't that wonderful? Like, that excites me. That excites me. We can plant, we can water, and God will bring the increase. I pray that your gift will be wonderfully blooming and blossoming, that it will grow in magnitude like a wonderful forest, a forest of beautiful flowers, beautiful plants, beautiful trees that just bloom extravagantly. Extravagantly. I'm not going to keep you any longer. God bless you. God bless you, my friends. God bless you, brothers and sisters. If you're still here listening, God bless you abundantly. Thank you.